On today's Smart 7, Donald Trump sworn in as 47th US president, ceasefire holds in Gaza, and lots more. It's Tuesday, 22nd of January, it's National Hugging Day, and happy birthday, Emma Bunton.
The Smart 7. It's news, but
Not the news. Monday 20th of January saw Donald Trump sworn in for 4 more years in the White House as America's 47th president. Joe Biden departed the Oval Office with a flurry of precautionary pardons for Dr. Fauci, for head of the Joint Chiefs Mark Milley, and for his own family. It was a strange way to end a presidency, but with threats of revenge from Trump's Republican allies, it seemed a sensible option. The inauguration of Trump took place inside the Capitol building, with tech billionaires placed in the front row and Trump's cabinet seated behind. He began with a pledge of a new dawn in America.
The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation.
The speech featured some of the expected announcements. The Gulf of Mexico is to be renamed. There are now officially only 2 genders in America, and he's planning to seal the border and build a wall. But the tone was also a bit more optimistic than 2016's American carnage, as he promised a new age of expansion for the US.
And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
There were a host of right-wing world leaders at the inauguration, including Italy's Giorgia Meloni, Argentina's Javier Milei, and wannabe UK Prime Minister Nigel Farage. Newest federal employee Elon Musk was particularly excited, firing off what looked like a Nazi salute from the parade podium. There was no invite for French President Macron or for the UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer, but he did send best wishes by video.
Together, we have defended the world from tyranny and worked towards our mutual security and prosperity. With President Trump's long-standing affection and historical ties to the United Kingdom, I know that depth of friendship will continue.
Trump did invite Chinese leader Xi Jinping, but he was unable to attend, while it's not clear if Vladimir Putin was on Trump's wish list. Putin did send best wishes, though, as the world waits to see what Trump does about the war in Ukraine.
We note the statement by the newly elected US president and his team, expressing a desire to restore direct contacts with Russia. Of course, we welcome this stance and congratulate the newly inaugurated US president on assuming office.
Thousands of displaced Palestinians began returning to their homes on Monday as the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas became a reality. Many of those returning will find only rubble where their neighbourhoods once were, and the search begins for over 10,000 people missing but believed dead. There was a dramatic increase in aid trucks allowed into Gaza, with over 600 arriving from Sunday evening onwards. Chair of the International Rescue Committee, David Miliband, has warned that it could take some time for enough aid to get through as looting continues and armed gangs prey on aid convoys. Sharon Haskell, Israel's Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister, was also warning that from Israel's point of view, there is no commitment to continue beyond the current 6-week peace plan.
Finally, some of the international pressure is being pushed towards the party that actually needs to have that international pressure. And I hope with this pressure, we will actually be able to negotiate a continuation to that.
Even as Donald Trump was pledging to end the war in Ukraine, there was some shocking news on the number of casualties that Russia may have experienced in 2024 in Putin's war on Kyiv. Ukrainian Armed Forces Commander-in-Chief Alexander Syrsky said on Monday that Russia had suffered over 430,000 casualties in the last 12 months, including 150,000 deaths. The numbers are higher than Western analysts estimated, and the commander didn't offer any Ukrainian casualty figures, but former US Ambassador Kurt Volker says that it's a reflection of the toll the war has taken on Russia.
They don't have enough soldiers, they don't have enough equipment, and they're not making much ground. And I think Trump putting the pressure on Putin to stop the war will probably produce some results this year.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Lewis Hamilton starts his new gig and Harrison Ford is back in the saddle. Right after this. Welcome back. 3, Monday saw the first photos of Lewis Hamilton at his new office, the Ferrari HQ in Maranello. He posted on Instagram that he couldn't be happier to realise one of his dreams as he starts prepping for his first race in red on March 16th's Melbourne Grand Prix. Monday also saw one Premier League game as Chelsea welcomed Wolves, who are hovering in the relegation zone, but both sides were in desperate need of some points. In the end, it finished 3-1 to Chelsea, which sees them back up to fourth in the table to the delight of manager Enzo Maresca.
It will be a tough game, but in the last 5 games we didn't win, but I said many times, I think the performance was there. We created many chances, we didn't score, and tonight we scored 3 goals.
With Donald Trump's second inauguration taking place on Monday, we all expected there would be awkward moments, and there were plenty. Donald air kissing Melania, who wore a hat that the Hamburglar would have been proud of, Elon Musk gurning on the podium as Trump mentioned Mars, and plenty more. But the absolute most embarrassing moment happened live on the BBC, as longtime Trump fan Kid Rock was interviewed by the always professional Katrina Perry. She referred to how cold it was, and the fact she was wrapped up as if she was going skiing, and that was all the opening that Captain Creepy needed.
I'd love to go skiing. You sound sexy. You want to go with me?
Well, we won't get into that right here. So we've got a day of broadcasting to do. But Kid Rock, thank you so much for joining us here on BBC News.
If you haven't discovered the Yellowstone universe, this may not make much sense to you, but the second and final season of the Yellowstone prequel, 1923, is on the way. Taylor Sheridan, who created Yellowstone, is the world's busiest man. He's also created a previous prequel called 1883, along with several new spin-offs that are in production, including one with Matthew McConaughey. Oh, and he also created the Zoe Saldana military series Lioness and the Billy Bob Thornton series about oil called Landman. Season 2 of 1923 sees Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren return as we trace the early days of the Dutton clan in the semi-wild West. It drops on Paramount Plus on February 23rd.
My family is in danger, and I don't have time.
You'll carve this place to pieces.
They can try, but that ain't happening.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.